more approach here. Come on. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the CTC show. I know we're playing a little different music tonight. That's because we are live on YouTube. And we know how that goes, is that every time I go live on YouTube, my entire stream goes, what up, what up, what up? What's up, guys? Okay, so we are live on YouTube tonight. Yes, we are live on YouTube. We are live on X. We are live on I don't know, everything except for, yeah, we're live on everything. We're live on everything tonight. We have a couple of things we had to get into tonight. I've been on the phone on and off talking to a couple of friends because I have something in the works for tomorrow that's they say is a little dangerous. But you know what? It's all good. We're gonna be dangerous tomorrow. We're gonna be dangerous. It's gonna be fine. I got my boy calling me. He's just like, bring somebody with you. I have other boys who are like, dude, I don't want to get shot. And I'm like, I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to talk too much about it. I don't want to talk too much about it just because I don't want any, I don't want people looking for me. I don't want people looking for me or finding out which one I'm at. But just know I'll be at one of those protests tomorrow. You'll never know which one, but I'll be at one of them. How about that? You're never going to know which one. I might leave for DC tonight. Who knows? You'll never know. Apparently, they're happening all over the country. So it's like, what are you going to do about it, you know? Guys, I appreciate everybody who's been supporting me over there on YouTube, dude. You guys have been the best. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. If you are watching anywhere but Kick, just know that this is where the most of the chat happens. I usually will read over. I have a multi-chat on this screen, but as soon as this screen goes away and I'm looking at content, I really only read in the Kick chat. So I do appreciate you coming over to kick.com/CTCasualShow. It's cool. We have custom little, whatever they're called, emotes. You also get to see me, you know, talk to you more, answer your questions. See, I just used one of those little custom emotes right now. But you know what, guys, there is so much we have to get into. And then we're also just going to kind of take a little bit. We're going to chill. We're going to watch some stuff. Normally, Friday nights are our normal kind of chill night. But it's been a short week. I've been all over the place. My head has been everywhere but doing this. I don't know if it's because my Schumer Exposed video's done pretty poorly. But you know what? It's fine. Not every video is a hit. What are you going to do? Right? What are you going to do? Sue me. Sue me. Not every video is going to be a hit. It is what it is. I'm also working on kind of getting... I have a big interview in the works right now, which is kind of cool. A big interview coming with one of the mayoral candidates in our state. Is he going to win? I'm hoping so. If you live in New Haven, go vote for him. You'll find out soon. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but hey, you know what? It's all good. Appreciate all the love that I've been getting on Instagram as well. And also, Facebook has been one of the most toxic places. I actually will say that I think that Facebook has now overtaken TikTok to the most toxic social media platform that I operate on. Facebook has been overwhelmingly taken over by bots, and it is It is obviously botted. It is insane that these people continue to comment some of the most heinous stuff I've ever seen in my life. It's disgusting, the things that they say. I posted one thing. I said, "Happy birthday, Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace." And these people are like, "He's burning in hell. Shame on America. He's a Nazi. He's a racist." It's like, all right, how about you calm down, you know? How about you chill out a little bit? How about you take the temperature down just a little bit, okay, bud? You're acting like an irrational moron. And most of the people, I think it's the comments that are like actually real, they're all old. It's all old people. Most of the young looking accounts are like, they're like, what's it called? Like created yesterday type of accounts, so they're bots. But you know what? F them. F them, we don't care. They're lame. They're weird. Excuse me real quick while I answer a couple messages I have. They're lame and weird. We don't like them. It's probably, these messages are probably from Facebook. It's, you know, it's such a good place to be. Oh, here's one. You got nothing. Someone just commented on it. They said, "You got nothing," because I said that they were old and weird. Said, "You got nothing but to make fun of people's looks. Nice. Just keep showing you're an idiot." You're literally commenting on a public post. And you're putting your ugly face out there. I don't know you. I'm going to attack your looks, okay? That's what I got. You're attacking, like, conservatives. You're saying that everyone's a Nazi and all this stuff on my post. Like, yeah, I'm going to pull your picture. I'm going to look how stupid you look, and I'm going to make fun of you. Sue me. You look like an effing moron. All right, relax. I have to take this alarm off. I've been going live faster than my alarm. Truly, I only made that alarm just in case I fell asleep. But yeah, it's not a fun time. You shush. Pardon me, I'm just trying to get everything together. Let's see. I really wish I can play like whatever I wanted. This music is just so sad. As soon as I put on royalty-free music, it's gonna be like, wrong. Impossible. Lord Lynn just messaged me. She's in the hospital. Oh, well, hey, you know what? Get well soon. Get well soon. All right, guys, listen, we're going to hop into it because there's things to go over. I feel bad. This is like a slow start. I'm over here listening to, I don't know, like the saddest stuff in the world. Let's see if I can hype this up a little bit. You know what I mean? Prayers. Let's see. Can we play this real quick while I'm like at least getting into the zone? God. You know what? Whatever. If YouTube's just like, hey, you can't monetize that, I'm like, all right. Can't monetize yet anyway. Okay? We're not that close to monetization yet. Okay? We are close, but we're not that close. Again, thank you for 1,000 subscribers over there on YouTube. I know it's been, I've taken a while to post on there. And, you know, the 5-year delay and then these last 2 months of just trying to stay constant, man. It's been rough, but you know what? Hey, we're doing it, okay? Okay, let's take a look at what's happening over here today. We're probably going to start over with Devori. I always trust Devori, how he gets a couple things going so we can start talking about that. Then also Trump, everyone's making a big deal about how base Trump was Talking about Venezuela made like the I felt patriotism in my balls, okay, when he said, don't fuck with the U.S. You'll know better, don't fuck with the U.S. And every guys, again, follow, subscribe, do all that stuff. I appreciate it all. Let's get into the news today. All right, let's get into one of the first couple stories and just kind of a news recap for today. We'll get into it.
The president has been reported that Maduro offered everything.
In today's video, the president has a special message for the country of Venezuela. Secondly, Zelensky is meeting with Trump. He's wanting Tomahawk missiles. And finally, J.B. Pritzker is continuing to threaten ICE officers. In all these stories, we're going to show you what both sides are saying and then give you the bottom line.
The president has been reported that Maduro offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What could we do in order to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States.
Yes!
Everybody. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, guys. Let's go.
And the moment that I heard that live, dude, it was like the Toby Keith came out of me, man. It was just like, well, put a boot in your ass. This was the American way.
Thank you, guys. Let's go.
Okay, so what you just heard there was the president dropping an F-bomb in regards to...
Oh, wait, hold on. JD's cheese and face. Let's look.
Offering mediation. What could we do in order to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, guys. Let's go. Thank you, guys. Let's go.
Okay, so what you just heard there was the president dropping an F-bomb in regards
Look,
to...
dude, so many people are worried about JD and all this stuff. Look, okay? I don't know what the hell that means, dude. So many people are worried about Just Dance Vance, man. Listen. It's great, okay? I think that JD is saying all the stuff that I agree with. He went to bat for the young Republicans. He went to bat, he just cheeses out. He does not care. JD, as much as people think that he's a political plant, I'll tell you what. Whoever planted that seed, baby, they a hell of a gardener, you know what I'm saying? Because he's saying all the right stuff, I don't know what to do. I mean, we all love everybody likes a plant once in a while, right? Like, you see how Drake blew up? Okay, Drake was a plant. All right? Like, come on, let's be real.
The dictator who's in charge of the country.
Maybe Drake isn't the best example, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Drake isn't a good example, based on, his, that whole thing, like, last year. Maybe let me run that back, okay? Drake was loved, and he was a plant. He was 100% a plant. So sometimes plants could be cool, Everybody likes a little plant here and there.
A lot of their gang members.
Once in a while, little plant, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's not a big deal.
Members have fled into our country, and the president has even...
You're still a Drake fan? It's all good, all right? Drake has bangers. Listen, Drake will always have a little bit of bangers, All right, like, listen, okay? People who are like, oh, I'm the hate Drake. Listen, okay? You had the stupid They Not Like Us song. I thought They Not Like Us was one of the biggest bops of that summer. It was awesome. And it got overplayed within 48 hours, and I effing hated that song. I hated that song. And I would rather listen to Drake any day at that point, because that song sucked. He was pretty cool at my middle school dances. Oh, that's weird. Drake was over there. Drake was at your middle school dances? That's weird.
Designating them as a foreign terrorist group, TDA that is. And yeah.
Devori's got the new setup,
and
dude.
The shenanigans that's been going on.
Congrats.
And let's not forget who
Bro
just
hit 1
won the
million
Nobel.
subs and said, let me work this out. You know, Dvory hit. I was watching Dvory when he didn't have 1 million subs. Bro hit 1 million subs. Dude's over here like, let me just. Is this a thing? Like people who get like 1 million subs on YouTube, they completely are like, yo, we're going to Texas. Is that what I got to do when I hit 1 million subs? Do I just do the music for Drake? Okay, I thought Drake was actually at your middle school dances. I'd be like, all right, pause, relax. Is that what you got to do when you hit 1 million subs? Do you just like go to Texas? That's what every person does. They like just go down south. I get it. It's like the taxes and all that stuff, but it's just like, bro, Texas is getting a little crowded. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll tell you what. Like, I'm making that kind of money. I ain't staying up here. I'll be real with you. I'm not staying up here. The show may be called CT Casual. I'll change that shit in a hot minute. It'll be like Conservative Talks with Chris. There you go, CTC.
Peace Prize, the woman who's in charge of the opposition party there. So no shocker there, right? On how the president feels about him. Now,
the
what else
Tangus
happened
bubble
today
will
during
burst.
This cabinet meeting, so to speak, is Zelensky. He's here right now in D.C.
Tarnation, dog.
President. And I want you guys to pay attention to what this reporter just asked him, because when you think about American first principles, I think this is a great question. Take a listen.
But to meet that deal, both sides had to make concessions. Our president has stuck out his neck in many ways to make a peace deal for your war as well. What specific concessions are you willing to make to end this war with Russia? Will you give up joining NATO? Americans have foreign war fatigue, and our president, as he said, we need our Tomahawks too.
To me.
Yes,
Okay.
Zelensky.
Hey, get it together.
What concessions will you
That's some question, right?
So many questions in one.
Yo, do I agree with giving Tomahawks to Ukraine? No. Hell no. Okay? No, I do not. Okay? I think Zelensky, I still think he's a rat. I think this entire thing is just not our problem anymore. Who gives a shit? All right? No, you don't get Tomahawks. I would look. Right, dude, right. California does look like Austin. He's got you there, brother. But, I mean, Austin looks like California. You're 100% right. You got to put a boot in their ass and get them out of there. I don't agree with this whole giving these dudes Tomahawk missiles, giving them coordinates to, like, shoot them deep into Russia. We're just poking bears. All right, we're poking bears. Zelensky's a little bit of a rat bitch to me, okay? I don't like him. I didn't like when he first came here and talked to Trump. I didn't like it. I think he's coming here. He's being a little bit of a yes man now, which I still think is corny. I don't know. I just think that they're wrong. I think that I don't like people who are like, pray for Ukraine. I'm like, hey, listen, that's on you, dude. I don't give a damn. I just don't want America's involvement in this crap anymore. All right. All right, we just handled the bullshit with Hamas. And now we might even go back in. We might have to go into Gaza and kill Hamas. Like, look, enough. I don't want to hear all this. I don't want to deal with all this. And the last thing we need to do is escalate with Russia. China's already trying to talk a little bit of trying to tear up the world, hitting us with all those like percentages for manufacturing, either buy here or pay 100% up to, like, no. And we're only pushing Russia closer to China. It's done. We're done. It's done. Stop messing with this rat bitch, this weirdo, this performer, this like Chip and Dale's dancer turned president. It's weird.
Thank you very much for your question. First of all, I think we need to sit and speak. The second point, we need ceasefire.
Oh,
Even
jeez.
now, you see in the Middle East, it's very difficult to hold ceasefire. Everywhere, in every war, it's very difficult.
Exactly.
We want
Arrived.
Hey, relax.
And what
Productive talk.
pushing.
I messed up.
Listen,
to negotiation, table on peace.
Let Europe arm and fund them. At the same time, if Trump can score a win out of this, somehow everybody wins. You're right. You're right. I mean, I just think that I don't understand why Europe isn't stepping up a little bit more. Okay, like get it together. And Trump made such a valid point. Look, people hate Trump, dude, and it's like, yo, just get off your high horse of insanity, okay? Let me tell you, like, while we get in, since we're talking about Trump, get off your high horse, okay? Get off your gay high horse. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody cares. Get over it. You're being weird. No one wants to hear this shit. It's lame. You're being lame. It's lame. It's lame and gay. No one cares. Shut up. And I say that proportionally because Trump is doing his thing. No kings. Bro, if Trump was a dictator, man, if Trump was a king, you would all be done. You would be all hung in the streets. All of you. If Trump was a king, he would go completely, like, you know, completely medieval on you. You'd be done. No, there's no protesting. There's no protesting. There's only one king, dude. That's Jesus. Chill. We don't want to hear this. So it's like, get off your high horse with that. And then people who are like flying the Ukraine flag, get over yourselves too, okay? If you love Ukraine, go to Ukraine. If you loved Gaza, go to Gaza. You love Israel, go to Israel. Stop bringing all that BS to us, dude. We don't need it. We don't want it. We have bigger fish to fry. There's other things over here that we had to take care of. Get lost. Get lost, okay? This is America first. We don't need this anymore. It is getting to a point that we keep that this has distracted for 10 months at this point. The 10 months that this man has been in the White House, we have been dealing with bullshit ceasefire after bullshit ceasefire between these two stupid wars. The dude ends a million wars. Everyone hates him. The dude gets all the hostages free from Hamas. Everyone hates him. The guy's getting drug prices down for what's it called? IVF. You hate him. Dude, and then somebody tried to hit me yesterday. I was talking about it the other day. Guys tried to hit me with like, oh, well, the states were taken aback. They were taken aback by the fact that Trump sent in ICE and is flooding the zone. It's like, dude, he talked about it the whole time. And then Tom Homan also talked about, you're not going to cooperate with us. We're going to flood the zone. What do you people expect? You have created every single thing the Dems are mad about. They have created themselves. Every single problem, every single issue, every single talking point, you have created yourselves. You have made this yourselves. You have started yourselves. You did this yourselves. This is all on this is your creation. You did this. We didn't do this. Trump didn't do this. You did this. When nothing is good enough for you, this is what your reality turns into. Get a grip. Really get a grip. The guy has been president for 10 months. People were like, the world will burn in the first 2 weeks. Guys were arguing me like, oh, the states were unaware. No, dude, he said we'll flood the zone if you're not going to cooperate with us. And dude got elected. It was what, November 6th? Letitia, Big Tish gets on TV and goes, we are Trump-proofing our city. What did big-ass J.B. Pritzker say? We're going to Trump-proof our cities. What stupid-ass Gavin Newsom say? Trump-proof the city. Hochul, Trump-proof the city. We're going to Trump-proof our city. Your governors, your local government is the reason this is happening. Pay attention to your local elections. Do you like what's happening? No? Vote them out. You like criminals in your street? All it's going to take is like one of these people to go crazy on one of these libs and actually just like end. Like if one of these no kings rallies, all it's going to take is some crazy dude to come in there, some guy driving a semi, just crashing through because he couldn't read the signs, and people are going to be like, well, maybe he was right. Is that what it's going to take? Is that what it's going to take? Because that's not good. You shouldn't have that to be the reason why. You shouldn't let that be the reason why you can't get along to get along. Bros are celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. People are celebrating. People like Matt Walsh next. People sent me death threats. They're probably sending my boys death threats. Anyone who's doing anything like this. Anyone who's speaking opposition, they're probably like, kill him. Pew pew.
Putin.
As he said, we need our.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Some question.
Every people.
I keep messing up the video. My bad.
Of allies to decide where we are.
As an American citizen,
Just be quiet. You know.
Of course, it's our decisions of allies to decide where we are.
About you, but I've kind of heard enough of, what are we going to do to end this war? Will you accept concessions? It's action time. But that's just me as an American citizen. America First principles would say that America doesn't need to continue to fund this war. We should not have to give up Tomahawk missiles to end this war.
Five concerning, so far, dude, that's crazy. So far, I've gotten 5 concerning death threats. More were just trolls. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it's time to. Let me tell you, dude. Anything happens to you, we're scorched
But
earth.
if you ask, the war.
It's scorched earth. And that's the thing too, is like, Steven Crowder, I'll show you. He was been doing this white black talk about the gray areas. And he's straight up, he's like, dude, the country is on a ticking time bomb. People are upset, people are mad, people are angry. Like, people think like you can only push a person so far. You can only like attack a person so far. Like, am I going on every leftist page being like, you're gay, you're gay, 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 you're gay, lame, gay, gay. No, you come over to my page and you blow up my messages. There's people in my comments that are like, you're full of hate, you're a hatred, you're so full of hate. It's like, what have I even said? I've said the same thing. Stop pushing people, stop backing people into corners. They're gonna swing back. You're gonna get swung on. And then what are you gonna say? Oh, the political violence on the right is out of control. You know why you know what? Hold on. Let me break this down for you guys. Why? You know why the political violence on the right would be so much more of an impact on people? Let me be real. It's because the right will do it right. The execution of, not execution as in, doing that. The execution of doing this would be precise. People are sick of it. They're angry. They're done. They're mad. You keep pushing and pushing and pushing. You are literally attacking, doxing. JD Delay, he got swatted the other day. And I'm not that wasn't a Dr. Seuss rhyme. You people are putting warfare. You are literally yeah. Here, I'll show it. I'll put it up. I'll pull it up for you right now.
That shows you the.
Relax, Devori. Yep, JD Delay SWAT.
Because you are.
This is warfare. This is people inciting warfare by any means. You are when you SWAT, when you attack, when you dox, when you're putting all that stuff out, you are putting, it's warfare on the right. And what is the right supposed to do? Continue to take it and 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 take it? No, that's not how it works. It's not what people are going to do. They're done with that. They're angry about it. You can only push people so far. What is it going to take? One more person? Because that's not what it should be. One more person to get assassinated on the right side. Let's be real.
so eaten up inside by the fact that I exist and that I'm not scared of you pussies, and I'll say whatever the fuck I want to, and I'm succeeding at it because there's a lot more people that feel the way that I feel than that feel like you cowards feel. You can see this community growing. You can see common sense winning. You can see the good against evil, and the good is prevailing. And that just festers the demons inside of you. I got swatted the other day, and it was the second time that this has happened to me. And I wasn't sure that I was gonna make this video. I wrestled with it a little bit because honestly, I don't want to give these creatures the attention that they want. I know that they are out there and they are just so sucked up that they see somebody who has been through really dark shit in his life, turn his life around, make something of himself, and be so much more successful than them because they probably haven't had to face the type of adversity that I've had to face, and they're still an absolute fucking failure. They're still an embarrassment to their parents, their loved ones. They're empty inside and they know it, and that eats them alive at night. But I am doing this video, and I'm going to explain to you why. See, swatting should absolutely be an attempted murder charge. Let me explain to you what swatting is for those of you who don't know. Swatting is where somebody calls the police, claiming that they are either you or someone inside your home, and that they have done some really, truly grotesque, violent crime, to get the police to come out with guns blazing and kick your door in. Now, I'm a family man. I have kids. I have a wife. I have little ass dogs. I live near my parents who are elderly. My father is a Vietnam veteran, a Marine with PTSD from combat. I have PTSD. So doing something like this could end really unfavorably. People have absolutely been killed in swatting incidents. I think that they should be a much higher level felony, but please understand that swatting is a felony in all 50 states, and it is also a federal felony if you call from one state to another to swat somebody. And I'm pressing charges. I've been swatted more than once, and the first time I didn't pursue charges. Let me explain to you why I'm pressing charges this time. Because whoever did it this time used a veterans unaliving hotline. You know, one of those hotlines where they're set up specifically for veterans who are struggling and they're fighting to save their own lives because they went and sacrificed for this country and they came back with issues, and they're literally every day just trying to stay on the planet. They called one of those and they said that they were me.
Absolutely.
And I had murdered my wife
abhorrent.
and my daughter and lit their bodies on fire, and that I was going to end myself. Now, both times that I've been swatted, I think you should know, just like everything else you've ever done in your life, you were an absolute fucking failure.
Peace, buddy.
Do you know what happens when you swat me? Because I'm not a retard like you. I get a phone call, a simple phone call from the police, and they say, "Hey, JD, you okay? Is everything good?" Me, "Yeah, absolutely, of course. What do you mean?" Them, "Well, we got this call, and it's really stupid, and it's obvious that it's not real, but we have to come out anyway." Myself, I'm like, "Cool, man, come on out. We got some great Halloween candy, some energy drinks. You guys want a bottled water?" I may be a retired, reformed criminal. I know most of these cops in my local area. They chased me around this town, and now a lot of them are a part of this community, and they watch my content because they're proud of me and the progress that I've made. But also, I'm not fucking dumb like you. I knew when I blew up on the internet that it was a real possibility that somebody was going to do something awful like this. So what I did was I gave them a call preemptively. I said, "Hey, this is where I'm living. This is who."
Do you know not every town does this either? calling your local PD and letting them know. I went to my local PD because someone tried to dox me. And all they said was, we don't really have anything like that. And I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do? And they're like, just call us if something happens. It's like, what? That's not what I would want to do. I'll tell you that.
I'm assuming I'm going to piss some people off on the internet because I'm not afraid to use my constitutional rights to speak my mind and say what I believe. So I'm sure somebody's going to do this. And they said, you know what? Thank you for calling. That saves us a lot of trouble. We're going to take down your phone number, your address, who you are, and we're going to mark you down as somebody who is a SWAT risk. So that if somebody does make one of those calls, we'll give you a call first before we come out thinking it's an actual emergency, which is exactly what's happened both times. So again, you're an embarrassment, whoever did this. You should be humiliated. But the fact that you put veterans' lives at risk with this, you literally took up resources that are set aside to help veterans who are in a crisis and may or may not make it at a time when they are losing their lives in record numbers because you are so eaten up inside by the fact that I exist and that I'm not scared of you pussies and I'll say whatever the fuck I want to, and I'm succeeding at it because there's a lot more people that feel the way that I feel than that feel like you cowards feel. You can see this community growing. You can see common sense winning. You can see the good against evil, and the good is prevailing. And that just festers the demons inside of you to the point where you would do something like that. You also took away from resources where those officers could be out chasing down pedophiles and murderers and abusers. And in my book, that makes you no better than those pedophiles, those murderers, or those abusers. You disgusting, rancid, cow-cunted piece of shit. Now, I gotta let you know, if you're one of the people that made one of these calls, it could be the same person for all I know. I don't give a fuck. So you know, there is an investigation. I am pressing charges. They are tracing calls. Every single thing that you do on one of these or on the internet is traceable. I'm getting death threats in record numbers. Ever since I went down to that Antifa riot in Portland, I get multiple death threats every single day. Some of which I feel might be credible, some of which I don't know, man. After what happened with Charlie Kirk, I think it's time we all take these demented retards a little more seriously, because it turns out every once in a while, one of them is stupid and rabid enough to actually do something, and who knows, maybe one of them can actually aim for shit through all the estrogen floating through their system, the SSRIs that they're on, the gender-changing hormones that they're stuffing into their system. Who knows? But when it comes to this swatting situation where you put veterans at risk by taking up those time and resources, I will see you in fucking prison. That's one thing that I take incredibly seriously. Our government already lets down our veterans enough without the American citizens pulling fuck shit like this. They are investigating. They will find you. You think you're slick. You did literally nothing. I literally have friendly conversations with the police when they come out here because they have to take time away from what they're actually investigating that is important to deal with your baby back bitch drama that you started.
It is so hard for me to even give commentary on this because it is terrible. Like I said, this is warfare that is happening on these people, and he's completely right. This person using a military unaliving hotline to say such a terrible, heinous and scary things that I don't know, you just like, it's so hard because it's like you don't want to lose faith in humanity, You don't want to lose faith in people. You don't want to be one of those people who is just angry all the time. You don't want to believe that there's no such thing as like good people anymore. And it's hard. It is very hard to feel that way. It's very hard to like not, I don't know how to explain it. It's hard to not want revenge. It's difficult too, because, you know, look, I know, again, I'm not a preacher, and my faith is very personal to me, and we touch on it sometimes, but, you know, Christ called us to love our enemy. When we, you know, carry the cross, when we understand that Jesus did not go to the cross not just for us, he went for our enemy. He went to the people who betrayed him. He went for the people who would betray him. He went for the people who would, you know, destroy him. My son is having a hard night. You hear him upstairs. And when we're faced with adversities like this, when we're faced with warfare, targeting, doxing, attacks, assassinations, it is difficult to deal with this. It's difficult to not want to also be vengeful. And we have to remember at some point to live as Christians, like how I try to live, is that we do our best to live like Christ. I don't want to stoop to their, like I don't want to stoop to their level. I don't want anyone here to stoop to their level. But it is, the reality is it's getting harder and harder as we see these people do this type of stuff. And we're seeing like people who are good people, you know, face these types of things. We need to do our best to be as Christ-like as possible. We need to do our best to make sure that we're living an appropriate way. But we are, again, we're on this balance beam that is a difficult balance beam for us to navigate. It's hard for us, you know, as just citizens of this country, when it's just nonstop persecution, nonstop targeting. It is, and it's like, look, as much as we're supporters of the president, we are the president. You know, like, you know, you have a problem with our federal government, but you're taking it out on his followers too. But that's just how they put it out there. They are just, you know, wrapped up in this idea that you're Nazis and that's it. That you're evil, you're bad, kill baby Hitler, you know, type of thing. Punch a Nazi in the face, attack. You don't agree with me, attack. Be on the attack, be on the offensive. It's sad. It's sad that they live that way, that they view their lives that way. It's sad that that we can't find common ground on most things. But this is the reality. This is the reality we live in. You know, so as much as bad things are going to happen, we still have to protect ourselves. You still have to defend yourself.
And they get some Reese's Cups and a White Monster. And they talk about how much they support the wood chipper. And they wish that they could enforce the laws even more vigorously and with more prejudice than they're allowed to here. So know that you've accomplished nothing. Know that they are coming for you. Know that I will pursue this with every molecule and fiber of my fucking being, because you involved veterans in this. And know that your day is coming, because there are absolutely a whole lot more of us than there are of you. You fucking disgusting retard. And to everybody out there who supports, I love you. I appreciate you. You guys literally have changed my life in so many ways. Just to know that there are so many people out there that feel the same about the things that we talk about here in this community gives me hope. It makes me feel like we can fucking win. And that's what we're gonna do, and I'm never gonna stop pushing, no matter what they do to me. So until the next one, I love each and every one of you. Be good or be good at it, baby.
What a man, dude. That dude is the dog, dude. And look, man, he be hunting down these pedophiles, dude. That's the dog. And if you know anything about my YouTube come up, that is something I admire a lot. If you haven't seen my interview with Pop Squad, I find complete admiration on people who can even stomach being in a room with those people for even a minute. I don't have that strength. I'm glad they do.
Hawks on Capitol Hill, they're all for this. I'm going to show you
So let's get back over to this Zelensky at the White House situation.
an example of that here shortly. But let's start with what the media is saying by using ground news. Okay, ground news is a tool that shows you the full picture of stories that are being reported in the media from both sides of the political spectrum. Why is that important? Because you know this show is all about critical thinking, free thinkers, people who are willing to do their own research and think for themselves. Well, this is the primary tool we use, my producers use, to help us produce this show. And so we're looking at this story. I want you to pay attention to the title first. Zelensky heads to the White House as Trump wavers on Tomahawk missiles. So already the headlines that are coming out of this meeting is really undermining the president as if he's the one doing something wrong. He's not doing anything wrong. He's doing way more than what Biden ever did. In fact, Biden continued to spend our hard-earned money to continue to fund this proxy war. So before I go any further and show you more about ground news, pay attention to what the president said. Take a listen.
I know, like, you know, this whole thing about, like, we're not just giving Ukraine money, like, they're buying the weapons from us. They have to, you know, it's not just a simple, like, here you go, fight your fight. I know they're buying it from us, and I get that, but I still don't agree. I think we should just be completely out of it. And it sucks because there's people who are just like, you know, they're completely, you know, bought in. They want Ukraine to win and all this stuff. It's like, I don't know. I don't get it anymore. I just think there's so many more issues here. There's so much other things that we have to take care of here. Ukraine is the last thing on the list at this point. And there are so many countries that are closer that could be handling this. I don't know why the U.S. has to handle it. I don't understand why the U.S. has to handle it. I don't get anything about it. And it's like, look, that's why I'm not in politics, right? That's not why I'm a shot caller, lawmaker, nothing. Because I don't get it.
I have an obligation also, though, to make sure that we're completely stocked up as a country, because you never know what's going to happen. In war and peace, right? You never know what's going to happen. So we're going to be talking about Tomahawks, and would much rather have them not need Tomahawks. Would much rather have the war be over, to be honest, because, you know, we're in it to get the war over. We're selling a lot of different types of weapon, as you know, to the European Union. We're not in it for that. We're in it to get it over. We're losing thousands of people a week, thousands of people, Russian, Ukrainian, mostly soldiers. I mean, mostly soldiers. But we're in it to see that end. And if we can end quickly, and I think we can. I mean, I had a very good talk yesterday. We're going to be talking about it. But I had a very productive talk yesterday with President Putin. We'll see what happens. But the war in the Middle East was far more complicated. We got that one done. And I think we have a good chance. I think President Zelensky wants it done, and I think President Putin wants it done. Now all they have to do is get along a little bit.
Yeah, so bottom line so far, the president
Get along, you two.
about ending this war. War hawks, Democrats, Congress, they want to continue to fund this war, a proxy war in a sense. And that's why I continue to applaud the president on the efforts he's made, especially when you compare them to the Biden administration. Hopefully, he is successful in ending this. But what's not going to be helpful is the propaganda that is continuing to be pushed by mainstream media, legacy media, and that's why we use ground news. That's what you see here on the screen. Look at this article. Look at this headline from The Independent. This is an article that leans left. Ground news will show it to you. Putin's mini coup in the White House has beaten Zelensky to the punch with Trump. Putin sneaked in a call to the White House before Zelensky arrived, turning Trump back to his side after the president drifted towards democracy. Why? Because the president doesn't want to give Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine, which could only really escalate this war even more. I mean, this is the propaganda that the left is pushing. And this is why I encourage you guys to download this Ground News app, use it for yourself to do your own critical thinking, and see the angles and the bias that is being used to report these stories. That's the only way you're going to be able to maintain your sanity and be able to continue to think for yourself. So if you want to use this tool for yourself, all you have to do is go to ground.news/Devori or
Ground.news.
There's a lot of bad blood with the two presidents, and I'm not speaking out of turn when I say it. It's a very difficult situation. You know, we just settled the war, and after thousands of years, I guess. People say anywhere from 500 to 3,000 years, and I was in rooms, as you saw, because you were with me, a lot of you were with me last week, with leaders that didn't like each other, but they were able to get along. These two leaders do not like each other, and we want to make it comfortable for everybody. So one way or the other, we'll be involved in threes, but it may be separated.
The principles are the same as it pertains to this negotiation between these two countries that would bring this war to an end, and that is finding the right compromise that they're both willing to eat, right? As long as they know the other one's getting screwed too in the process, there's a possibility there. These are just basic, timeless principles of what happens when you're trying to get something negotiated. Now, how long will that take? It's anybody's guess. It could drag on for the next few years, you know? But at least the president is staying active, engaged. He continues to send his people to create these lower level talks that also obviously engages the higher level talks. So again, it's much more than what the prior administration has done, but I wouldn't have any expectation that this war is going to end tomorrow. All right. Now, let's go to one more clip here where the president is really relishing in the idea of why he's doing all this. What is this all about for him? What does he love to do besides making deals? Well, he loves ending wars. Take a look.
There is an attack going on with Afghanistan. That's an easy one for me to solve if I have to solve it. In the meantime, I have to run the USA, but I love solving wars. You know why? I like stopping people from being killed, and I've saved millions and millions of lives, and I think we're going to have success with this war. Wait, please.
President Zelensky, this is your third time over here. And by the way, you look excellent.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so on that point of ending wars, this post from...
Dear POTUS, peace in Gaza happened through strength. And I'm grateful for your leadership on that. Now I'm calling on your leadership to deliver Tomahawk missiles for Ukraine. This awful war needs to end, and you may be the only person who can deliver peace. John Fetterman is going to be a Republican. I'm going to tell you that right now. Skipping ahead a little bit. John Fetterman is definitely going to be a Republican. Just by the way he's been kind of presenting himself lately, it's a little different.
Barriers and the fencing that protected the biggest American threat. To remove the barriers and the biggest threat at this moment in time. You guys let me know how you feel in the comment section below. Now this takes us to our next update. As you guys know, a federal judge directed ICE officials to remove the barriers and the fencing that protected the Broadview, Illinois ICE detention facility because they knew the protests were getting out of hand. Well, they did remove the barriers and the fencing, and now today we're back where we've always been. Protesters are now storming the ICE detention facility. Additional police officers had to be called, and things are continuing to get out of hand. And of course, the governor, he still maintains the same reaction. But let's first look at how Fox News is talking about what's happening on the ground there. Take a look.
ICE processing facility for illegal immigrants who've committed violence.
You know, the funny thing about like news period is like people will be like, oh, where'd you get that talking point? Fox News? It's like, well, dude, honestly, like, where are you getting all your talking points? Blue Sky and MSNBC? Like, this is like a media war constantly. And it's just getting to be a little bit ridiculous that people just kind of have to be so damn weak about it. It's like, I don't get it. I don't get why people need to be so concerned of where you're getting your information from. yes, are all media biased at the end of the day? Absolutely, they are. You need to, follow more independent people who are getting their talking points from, doing their own research. Use ground news like this dude is saying. I use ground news unironically all the time, but it is something that we need to kind of understand, is that the media is going to be biased. They're going to show, like, Fox News is always going to be pro-Trump, and then the others are, every single other one is always going to be negative. It's just always the same shit.
Crimes. So that's their processing center. We have seen this before. It's been a very busy couple of hours, and it continues. Senior correspondent Mike Tobin is in the thick of it there. Mike.
And Harris, in the last half hour or so, we saw another dust-up with protesters and law enforcement. What it was in this case is a couple of protesters got in the street, and the Broadview police picked them up and pulled them out, and that caused a lot of anger, a lot of volume, a lot of shouting. Let me give you a look down Beach Street. This is where the fence used to be
pussy.
on Beach Street, and now what you see out here live are a bunch of state troopers. Now, Chief Thomas Mills told me that they were going to put a gate in that place. Right now, since that fence was removed by court order, there's nothing but manpower blocking that street, and you can see those are Illinois state troopers with their helmets and truncheons at the ready. There's another layer of state troopers a little further up the street here, and now what you've got are the demonstrators who are gathered, all the flags, and one of the things you'll notice with a lot of them that they've got their helmets and they've got the Home Depot's painter masks ready to go.
Now, me and you both heard the same thing. Protesters are not even following the laws as it pertains to their peaceful protesting.
Of course
there
they're
are
not.
Hours that are established. There are
Of course
locations
they're not.
and zones that are established, and they're disregarding all of it. So you would think in a reasonable society, the governor, the mayor, these leaders would come out and say, hey, listen, we support you guys peacefully protesting, but you need to follow the law. That's not happening. What's happening is the governor continues to come out and make empty threats against ICE officers because he says when Democrats come back into power that they will seek to prosecute these people.
Okay, let me go on a quick rant. This is probably one of the worst and most psychotic takes that I've ever heard a governor say. Well, yeah, this governor, J.B. Pritzker, said that he will prosecute ICE officers once the Trump administration is all over. That is insane. This is literally, and people are praising him for that, and it's crazy. But people on these other sides are just insane. This is literally what you guys accuse President Trump for all the time. Do you not see that? Do you not get that? Like, do you understand how hypocritical you people are? Do you not get that, like, one moment you're like, oh, Trump is politically attacking and going after his political opponents, and that's what he does, and this is just complete totalitarianism, and he's Hitler, and obviously this is exactly what fascists do. This is what they do. Duh. And then fucking barely anything comes from it. Barely anything is happening. How many people, like the Steele dossier and the Russia hoax, is Hillary Clinton in handcuffs? Where's the Epstein files and all that stuff? Big Tish, oh, we got her on mortgage fraud, and people are like, you're crazy, and she's being celebrated endlessly for it. John Bolton just got indicted. It's just like, come on. Insanity. And then you have Pritzker, who's about to talk about, who's literally just okay. He's good. He's all good with just being so blatant about prosecuting ICE officers. Like, dude, wasn't the talking point that they were doing their jobs?
In other words, hold them accountable. Take a listen.
You said when there's a Democrat in office or when a Democratic Congress takes over that, quote, people are going to be held accountable. And you said a few years from now, this is going to hurt. What is that going to look like? Do you think Democrats would or should push for jail time for some of these officials?
I hate him.
Like, how far should Democrats...
I hate his face. I hate his fat, ugly face. I hate this man. I think this man is cancer. This dude is one of the most corrupt people. Everyone wants to talk about Trump. Everybody wants to say something about Trump every single time. Always want to talk about Trump. How'd Pritzker win $1 million in Vegas on blackjack? Where's he getting that money? Let's be real. This dude is totally okay. Like, people are like, Trump's racist. It's like this people, dude, I was watching this video with Steven Crowder in like, he's in a black barbershop debating with these guys. How do these black guys say in Chicago, when he brings up the statistics that white people are more likely to be killed than black people, it's like, yeah, because there's more white people than black people. So, like, the statistic is biased. But then he says that black people, you know, are more like, they were arguing that black people are more likely to kill people, like kill their own. Like, black on black crime is the real, like, detriment to black society. Which is true. It's true. Look at the statistics on Chicago. Let's take white people out of it. Black people are killing each other in Chicago at an alarming rate. That's not racist to say. It is terrible, and it's terrible what's happening in their communities. That's not fair. That's not fun. That's not great. That's not a place to live. And I doubt that I bet 110% there's really great people who live in that situation that are just like, what the hell? This is their governor. And their governor's totally fine with that. The governor is totally okay. He has not, I've not seen this fat fuck advocate to stop violence in Chicago and to crack down on that situation to make Chicago streets safer than he has to defend illegal immigrants against the Trump administration. This fat bitch is out here talking about anything besides that. Why do black people even want this piece of shit representing them or their homes? Look at what he's turned Chicago into. It's been bad. This dude's made it 100% worse. Then you got Mayor Johnson. Oh, because he's black, he was good? No, black people don't even like him. This guy's like, black period, blah, blah, blah. No, the black people don't even like you, Johnson. They think you're a fucking idiot. I would encourage people in Chicago to take a look around at their situation and to literally vote Pritzker out. The next time this dude is up, the next time this fat bastard, this big porky pig bitch is up for election, find someone else, anyone else. This guy does not advocate for anyone. He is not advocating for safety. He does not care. He does not care about you. While he's in his fat ass governor's mansion, obviously hamming it up somewhere, being fat, getting $1 million playing blackjack. What's the governor doing playing blackjack in Vegas? That's why that whole thing's bullshit. You have literally people getting shot every 14 minutes in Chicago. Where are you on that, you fucking bitch? But now he wants to hold ICE officers accountable? What's up, Lord Lynn? I'm surprised you're on stream right now. I hope you're doing okay. Now he wants to hold these people accountable. He wants to have them face consequences when a Democrat's back in office. You're literally inciting warfare on, again, it's more warfare on the opposing sides. When do we start to realize that we are in the cold civil war? You're sweet. When do we realize that we are in a cold civil war? When do we start to realize that this is just not about that the unity is gone? There is no compromising. There is no changing hearts and minds. It is impossible to do. These people hate you. They will always hate you. The good people who have already left this side after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, they have already gone. They have already left the left. Everyone else, the people who are commenting, like I said, on my Facebook post, The people who are totally okay with telling me I'm anti-political. I'm actually not political at all. But then they cower around and share these disgusting no kings and all this type of shit behind the scenes because they don't want to face me in a debate of facts. People who tell me that they voted for Trump and they're starting to regret it because what? Because you watched a couple videos? People who are like, oh, ICE is arresting American citizens. It's just like they're collateral captures. Why isn't Pritzker forked over the criminals? If Pritzker and Brandon Johnson decided to fork over the illegal criminals that are going into their jails instead of releasing them, instead they can just hand them over so that they can go back to where they came from because they should not be here. Instead of that, you let them out and you force federal agents to flood the zone. You rally up a base. You get people angry. They're protesting, insurrecting against federal government again and again, which you mock behind peaceful protests. What you try to do is you alienate people and you try to shut down any type of opposition by saying it's freedom of speech and peaceful protest, right to assemble. The last time that Republicans had the right to assemble, it was insurrection and people went to jail for 5 years. You have insurrected. States are insurrecting against federal government. I said this before. I'll say it again. That is how the Civil War started. When the federal government said, you know what, we're not going to keep doing this entire thing of like free state, slave, free state, state, slave. We have enough states coming. We have more states coming in. We can't do this anymore. Slavery's over. And those states were like, no, we're not going to do it. And then what happened? We had a civil war. People who are advocating that states can do what they want. You know what? If the federal government didn't intervene, then the same people that you try to, advocate for constantly, we'd still have slavery. If you support this type of stuff and you support these types of things, and you support J.B. Pritzker, Brandon Johnson, Newscomb, Hochul, the fucking bitch from Portland, Oregon, the more that you people are deciding to think that they're doing a good thing, just remember that the same people who did that during that time period in our country also did this for slavery. If the federal government did not intervene, if the federal government said, okay, well, you know what, I guess the federal judges said it's not good, I guess we can't do it. People always try to say that Trump is Hitler. That no president in history, Pritzker's fat ass says, no president in history has ever done anything like this. I said it before, Eisenhower, right after World War II, I think it was like in the 1946, Eisenhower sent the 101st Airborne to a high school in Little Rock, Arizona, to Central High School, because they were not following federal law. Because they weren't letting a black students into the school. Because the governor decided to insurrect. People who always idealize JFK sent in 30,000 Army soldiers, tanks, and mounted machine guns into Mississippi. He did that because the Mississippi governor and the colleges there would not allow a black man into their university, a veteran. People got killed. So when we hear people say this whole type of thing of no one's ever done this before, Trump sends what? A couple out of shape, a little bit of husky, chubby, really bored, 300 maybe. The fucking soldiers, weekend soldiers, the National Guard, literally armed with paintballs and mace. There's no tanks and mounted machine guns. There's no blood being spilled. That's happened in our country. But Trump is Hitler? Why? Because Trump wants illegal aliens out of our country? Criminals for the most part, too. Oh, Trump is also not just criminals. Well, you know what? Tom Homan has been very transparent as well and said there are collateral captures. Let's really be honest about what you people are even advocating for, because I don't think you even understand. You want to keep feeding the media. You want to keep getting your base angry. You want people to think that there's this is going into fascism. Fascism, Antifa, the anti-fascists who do nothing but stroke fear for political motif, who attack anyone who is not seeing their viewpoints, who get offended, who shoot and kill, who are violent. They are violent. And the true people there, they claim the ideology. It's not it's a thought. It's a way of life. No, they claim it with a badge of honor. I am Antifa. While using fascist motifs to get their points across. It's embarrassing. You people are embarrassing. You don't know what you're talking about. It's getting to a point where it's just like, you know, yeah, we can let them talk. We can continue to let them talk. How much longer? How much longer do we get to just let them speak? Their words are obviously having influence. Their words are obviously having influence on other people. They are obviously affecting people. They are obviously radicalizing people. How often, so that's when I say to Mike Johnson, for example, how often do we just let them speak? How often do you take the precious chance, the holy trinity of elections? How often, how many times are you going to say, well, it's day 13, 14, 15, 16 of the government shutdown? Well, you know what, Mike? And John Thune, how about you guys just vote to block the filibuster? How about we just utilize the majority that we have? Why? Because of the sanctimonious government, the fact of having, no, it's apparently not. Why would you give these people the satisfaction? Why would you not use this? Because they would use it against us. You bet your ass that when they win, and if they win midterm seats and become a majority, you don't think President Trump is going to get impeached the next day? That's exactly what's going to happen. And oh my God, God forbid they get any type of bigger majority than that. But no. We have a lazy ass GOP who decides to just do nothing. They want to talk about military members not getting paid. They want to talk about women and struggling women and families not getting WIC so their kids can't get milk. They want to talk about how TSA and whatever the air traffic controllers are working without pay. They want to continue to talk about that, but what they don't want to do, I saw something about that, but I haven't confirmed anything. What they don't want to do is they do not want to just invoke blocking the filibuster and getting the government opened on the majority that we have. Fuck 60 votes. Fuck it. You aren't going to get it. But now what you're doing is you're allowing these psychopaths to go and talk to their crazy fanatic, I hate America, I hate America. It's the I hate America parade. Why'd you give them the satisfaction? Why did you give them the satisfaction? You could have done this. You could have stopped it. Mike Johnson, you could have stopped that. John Thune, you could have stopped that. So it's just pandering. I don't want to hear any more pandering. I don't even care. Well, we're going to hear talking points about how the GOP passed something? Bite me. Who gives a shit? There's my rant.
Democrats go if and when they do get power back?
Democrats should just do what Republicans should do but are unwilling to, which is follow the law. That means if someone broke the law, whether you're an ICE agent or a CBP agent or Stephen Miller.
Yeah, I don't think we need to hear any more threats from J.B. Pritzker because we know where they stand. We've seen it firsthand before under the Biden administration. They locked up thousands of people who were Trump supporters, conservatives, etc. So imagine what they will do if they get back into power again. They're going to go after ICE agents. And for the critics out there, you should be asking them, do you think ICE officers should be arrested for what they're doing? Because that kind of gives you a framework or at least some type of gauge to figure out where their mind is at, what ideas they have accepted as truth. ICE officers are following their constitutional duty, as we all know. So why don't we get into this next story, which is really a rebuke of Democrats in this type of rhetoric. And it continues to show what happens when they speak this way and how it manifests into political violence. This individual has been arrested for making threats against ICE officers, in fact, calling for their assassination. Take a listen to this.
News investigation. Federal authorities arrested a Kenosha man they say was suggesting people shoot ICE agents posting online.
TikTok videos federal prosecutors say Andrew Stanton posted refer multiple times to shooting at federal agents.
If ICE shows up to your neighborhood, I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. It's time to start shooting at them.
Prosecutors charged him with threats to assault, kidnap, or murder a U.S. official, a federal offense.
Whoever wants to take what I say as threats might just need to look inside and see what they're defending.
Correct.
What a spineless little puss.
Record shows someone reported Stanton's TikTok accounts to the state's Threat Analysis Center in August, and federal agents tried speaking to him by knocking on his door and calling him, but made no contact. Yet the posts, prosecutors say, kept coming. They say, including one video saying, quote, "When there are mass shootings, they are successful. People die and people are terrorized. You could apply that to other people, federal agents," end quote. And then
that is the ideology of almost all of these people. Tell me I'm wrong. Like I said, I said it before, there's Democrats and then there's psychopathic libs. Tell me I'm wrong. I will wait. There's nothing you can. This is the ideology of the majority of these radical libs. It just really is. It is. They, not wrong. Thank you. This is what they want to do. They want violence. They are violent. They want you to die. They want you to die. They want you to die. They want to take everything from you. They want you to die.
text exchange between an agent identifying himself.
There are so many people. There are people who message me daily that tell me that they can't even speak their truth. They can't even be open about what they believe in, whether it be God or whether it be the way where our country is going, that they cannot even be open about those things because there is fear of the repercussions. Whether it be their job, whether it be their coworkers who are psychopaths, that people cannot just live their truth in the country. They cannot just be people. They cannot have their talking points. They're not allowed to say what they believe. They're not allowed to truly be themselves because they have unhinged people who work for them. They have unhinged people around them constantly. They're not allowed to live their life. They're not allowed to speak their truth. They're not allowed to just be everyday citizens. The left in their radical ways has stripped liberty from people. You have muzzled, you have stroked fear, you have made people afraid, and we are letting them succeed every single day. We are letting these people succeed. We're letting them win. We're letting them say what they want, do what they want. We're letting them do that to us. And I'm not out here saying to fight back, start getting mad, start getting out there and doing your thing, but this is enough. And it's hard. It's hard because I don't have the answers. But I know what the reality is, and the reality is that we're letting these people win constantly. We're always at a loss, and we'll always be at a loss. Because our government, Republican, GOP, they do nothing. It's like lambs to a slaughter. They do nothing constantly. Like I said, they don't use the majority to the maximum capability that they can. And I just, it's embarrassing. It's an embarrassing thought. It's embarrassing that we have a majority. This could have been the golden age. This could have been something a lot better. Instead, GOP has decided to piss it all away. You have 1 year to make things happen. You have 1 year just in case. But if I was them, I would go nuclear, and I would have blocked the filibuster and opened our government back up instead of getting on Fox News every day and talking about it. Fuck talking. Do something. Who gives a shit about talking anymore? No one wants to hear it. Nobody gives a fuck. You people just need to do something. And again, I said it again, you have allowed these people to now go self-aggrandize in front of radical psychopaths. But hey, you know what? Fuck it.
As a supervisor named Joe who wanted to talk. Prosecutors say Stanton messaged several times back with comments such as, quote, "Please die. It will help future generations. Kill yourself, Fed, and hang yourself," end quote. Prosecutors say Stanton also sent a meme referencing the Charlie Kirk murder with a caption, quote, "This should be a lesson on how to deal with fascists. You don't debate them, you delete them," end quote.
Are you paying attention? Do you see what is happening to the minds of American citizens who are eating up this propaganda from MSDNC and political leaders who continue to call conservatives and Trump supporters and the president fascists?
And now you can see I'm not wrong. Now you can see Chris is just sitting up here and he's talking about shit he doesn't know about. This is obviously something that is reality. Every conservative mind, every Republican, anyone who leans even a little to the right can see it. We all see it. We all know. Every single one of us knows. And no one is doing a thing about it. Letting people just eat up all the propaganda, eat up all the BS, toxic, psychopathic, insane BS. You are allowing people to consume. You're allowing these sick fucking people to get away with this shit. Oh, we arrested one guy. Hey, guess what, bud? There's gonna be thousands of them all across the country tomorrow being gay, saying everything that piece of shit said. Every person tomorrow is going to be doing the exact same thing and saying the exact same thing tomorrow at these rallies across the entire country. So what? You arrested one person, one psychopath? You don't think there's thousands of them that say the exact same thing? Why? Because this guy was the most retarded and put it on TikTok? Oh, wowzers. Wowzers. Fucking pathetic as hell.
This is what is out there.
If Trump is Hitler, dude, this is the fucking laziest. If Trump is Hitler, if everyone is like, this is what Hitler does, and this is his Nazi Gestapo, these are some fucking lazy bastards. How did they do any of the thing? Why did the World War II happen? Why did World War II happen? This is insane. Trump is a Hitler. He's Hitler. This is lazy Hitler. This is lazy Hitler in his lazy Nazis. Oh my God. I'm getting exhausted. Thinking about this shit anymore.
That's what I'm saying. You should show this story to independents. People who are like, well, I don't know if I support Trump. You don't need to support Trump, but definitely don't support what Democrats are doing. It's dangerous. They're okay with political violence. We've seen the polls, we've seen the studies, and we've seen the results just in this year alone. They are okay with political violence as long as it is targeting the president and his supporters and conservatives. It's really sad.
So they're
Now,
opposition.
There's a little bit more on this.
Devori,
take a look.
Later,
they're opposite. Anyone? No. The president, his supporters, and conservatives. No, it's anyone who does not agree with them. Any person who does not agree. People are like, Charlie Kirk, who was his #1 Nazi. Charlie Kirk was a #1 Nazi. Charlie Kirk had literally the Black Excellence TPUSA thing, where he had black people come from all around the country and gave them opportunities to grow in the business and all this shit. Charlie Kirk said, hey, you know what? Maybe go. He wasn't like evil to trans people. He was a lot more opening to even gay people. You think I'm wrong? Anyone thinks I'm wrong? There is a black gay Republican YouTuber who went to Charlie shit. God, he hated gays, right? Charlie liked gay people more than I do. I'll be real. He had gay people on his team. Thank you. He's a Nazi, though. He was the #1 Nazi. He was the puppeteer behind the... You should see these comments. I've been deleting them. I don't care. I'm like, fucking out of here. Don't need all that. I keep some. I screenshot some. Some people are insane with the things that they're saying. I don't know. It is opposition to anyone who disagrees with their falsehood. I've yet to see anyone prove that he is a Nazi. Prove it or find me a clip where he said some shit and we can talk. And no one can prove it. Because Charlie, dude, he was a man of faith. Charlie really did believe in loving thy enemy. When you don't fuck with your enemy, you don't give them a microphone and talk to them. Why don't people understand that? Why don't people get that? Why can he talk to people he disagrees with constantly and die for it? Antifa, the party of... And you know what, dude? Like, let's stop with the joke about this whole, like, the party of peace and love. Obviously, we know they're not. It's the party of a hive mind. Either agree with me or die. Be on my team or die. Get in line or die. Die. Fuck you. We'll kill you. Die. You're either with us or against us. Die. That is what it is. That is the reality of what this is. Let's be honest. Let's really, really look at it and be honest. That is what it is. Do this, do what I say, or die. Feel my wrath if you do not agree with me. And I don't even understand what they want. They are literally saying Trump is a criminal while protecting criminals. Get your head out of your fucking asses one day. Get off TikTok, Twitter, Blue Sky. Separate yourself as much as you can from your liberal hive mind for one moment and think, am I doing this? Am I doing the right thing? But they won't, because they're fucking insane.
Say he posted a video naming that federal agent with whom he texted.
If ICE shows up to your neighborhood, I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. It's time to start shooting at them.
If I posted anything with the F word on TikTok and it was political, they would flag my content. That's how you know TikTok is also opposition. It is it is made for the opposition. I post like, wow, that song that these fucking Democrats are singing is gay as hell. And they're like, he said gay. He said gay. Get that shit out of here. Hey, get that out of here. He said gay. But no, half a day, Andy 1.2 can be like, it's time to start shooting ICE. What a fucking loser, dude. What a gay bitch.
If they show up to your neighborhood.
And they're blocking his chat. They're blocking his chat because I think he's probably live doing this. They're blocking his live chat. If I told someone on TikTok, fuck off, loser, flagged. Muted comment. Oh, I know. I wish they banned TikTok too. No, they sold it to the Jews.
And I'm talking to you, Border Patrol Officer Joe. It's time we start shooting at y'all.
Federal authorities arrested Stanton last Wednesday. He's now in the Kenosha County Jail on a single felony charge. A judge ordered him in custody until his trial, set for a preliminary hearing tomorrow morning in federal court.
Yeah, see, I would love to know what the governor has to say about this particular story. Imagine how many more people are out there speaking like this. They just haven't been caught. They haven't been arrested. The investigation hasn't even started, but they have been reported, and some may have not been reported. This is how American citizens are thinking about ICE officers. It is becoming a dangerous situation.
Our officers are able to use our intelligence and targeting packages to go after the worst of the worst. Anybody that's been convicted of any crimes, we're able to target them, locate them, and ultimately remove them from the community. This is something that Governor Pritzker doesn't want us doing. He wants these gang members, murderers, rapists left out on the street. Like I said, we've arrested...
Let's be real. I mean, like they have had incidences where they have, picked up the wrong people. Let's be real. Let's be honest. They have. I still blame the governor. I don't blame ICE. It's not like they're deporting these people. They pick them up. It's not like these people are like, being deported. So it's just like, but yeah, there's American citizens who've been caught up in the nonsense. There is. Blame the governor, though. Don't blame ICE. Human error does exist. Yeah, exactly. But you know what? If the governor and the mayors decided to hand it over on a silver platter, hand over the criminals on a silver platter, said, hey, get these people out of our community. Chicago's already fucked. We don't need more of these fuckers here. I'm sorry I'm swearing. I know it's not right. I shouldn't swear as much as I am. And I've been really trying to do a lot better with not swearing. I really have been, and I appreciate the people who have reached out to me and said that they noticed. But this type of stuff, it makes me angry. It makes me upset. Because it's the reality. Yes, there is human error. Yes, American citizens do get wrapped up in the BS. They do. They do. If you have 5 illegal aliens right there, one of them's a criminal, you're going to ignore all the other ones. No, you're going to take them all because what? Because it's your job. One of them happened to be a U.S. citizen. Hey, can you prove you're a citizen? Yes, Joe Schmo, yada, yada, live at fucking Hillsdale Drive. I don't know. All right, it all checks out. Here you go. Sorry about that. And then they leave and they're like, what a fucking Nazi! What a Nazi!
TDA gang members. We've arrested 18th Street gang members. We've arrested people that have been convicted of sex crimes, of child trafficking crimes. The list goes on, and we can read those rap sheets, and we post them on our social media pages to tell.
I would take accidentally getting arrested over a criminal doing something harmful to my family. Right? You have fucking losers. Like, I mean, dude, I've lost respect for Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan over here, like, you're arresting people in front of their families. That happens to American citizens every day, Joe. Every day. Oh, accidentally getting arrested. Do you know how many people get falsely accused or arrested in suspicion to a crime they did not commit? That happens all the time. Every day that happens to someone. Why is it so special for illegals? Why is it always so special for illegals? Why is it the the biggest thing in the world for illegal aliens? And people are like, they're brown. They literally were talking about getting Russians. They're brown and black. Literally have talked about, they literally talked in Chicago about deporting and capturing a fucking Russian illegal alien, and these people were like, oh, black and brown, he's racist. But no, it's not important. It's not okay. It's totally fine that American citizens go through this. American citizens get arrested in front of their kids. American citizens get accidentally accused of a crime and are arrested and then have to go and be interrogated and have to prove their innocence before getting charges put on them. If somebody told you, hey, a kind of chubby guy with an American flag, black baseball cap, and a beard was over there, and you put me in a lineup, and that's what we're wearing, and he sounded a little like me. No, that's him. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm almost 90% sure that's him. And I wasn't even there. Where's your alibi, sir? Here you go. I was streaming on kick.com/CT Casual Show, sir. Nope, sorry about that. No problem. Wasn't him. But I got detained. You know, like you know what I'm saying? Like, people get detained. People get arrested. People get falsely accused of crimes every day in America. Why is it special for illegals? Why is it okay? Why is that the thing? Why are we crying about that? You drunk drive. You shouldn't drink and drive, but you were, drinking and driving. You hit a car. You get caught on camera. You go home. Police show up. Your wife opens the door. Hey, officer, what's going on? Hey, your husband was drinking and driving. He hit a car. We got to take him in. The kids are crying because they're scared. Daddy's getting arrested in front of them. Friday night, can't see a judge till tomorrow, till Monday. You're spending all weekend in jail. Happens every single day. But God forbid, it's an illegal alien, right? And when these people who are actually like criminals, like even these fuckers like Pritzker, who I know is a corrupt fat loser, Brennan Johnson, who is literally open to having discrimination. I only hire black people. His quote, not mine. He's not kicked out of his position. He's not federally investigated for what he said and did openly. No, of course not.
The story of what we're doing at ICE, which is remove.
Hochul, Governor Hochul, literally told corrections officers, work. You either going to work. They try to strike because of unsafe prison conditions in New York. You had corrections officers being stabbed to get back to work or you're fired. She's a psychopath. What's more totalitarian than that? Hey, we want safer conditions in our prisons. They're overrun. We are understaffed. We need help. Too fucking bad. Get back to work or you can't feed your family. But who gives a fuck because they're Americans? Who cares? Right? You're American citizens watching this. Do you think that that's okay? Do you think that we should have this sympathy that happens to one of us every single day? I don't think so at all. No, I don't think that we should be that we should not have sympathy for each other. It happens to everyone. Are you on the news? Is someone advocating for you? No. No, of course not. Of course not. It's not newsworthy. Trump isn't doing it to you. You probably live in a blue city, a blue state. Fuck, for all I know, you gotten attacked. For all I know, you're one of these, I know Lord Lynn, for example. I know Lord Lynn personally. She's married to someone in the military. They're struggling. They finally got paid. But before, it's like, what are we going to do? Penny pinching every single day? Who cares, though? Who cares? We need healthcare for illegal aliens. Oh, that's not happening. I don't know. Let's hear Lord Lynn's story. She's in the hospital right now, but let's hear her story, right? Her family had to go through that. Her family struggles through that. Luckily, Trump made it happen, made him get paid. Who the hell knows? The longer this shutdown goes on, is that going to happen again? Do you know the military hasn't missed a paycheck? Shit, I think since the 1800s. President Trump is still trying to make it happen. Still trying to make sure that they get paid. These people are fucking sorry excuses. And people who support them are even sorrier. You're pathetic. You're weak. You're weak as hell. You're all weak. There you go. We're in the same boat, crossing our fingers every month. But this is the reality. No one is advocating for you. No one cares. You're an American citizen. You are American families. No one gives a shit about you. Is that okay? Absolutely not. We only have to worry about the illegals. We have to worry about Trump and the Gestapo and his Nazi regime. Fucking people have lost your minds. Every one of you has lost your minds. You're weak-minded. You're pathetic. Yeah. I'm glad that you guys have 2 incomes. I'm glad that you're able to keep your family afloat. That's a blessing from God because there's not many people can do it. I know Lord Lynn she doesn't work. She takes care of 2 kids. Full-time mom. 1 income, and 1 income that's threatened. That's why the GOP could suck my fucking dick right now. Block the filibuster, open the government, make sure this nonsense is over. Make sure this nonsense is over. If you can't do that, then fucking resign.
Moving the worst to the worst.
This is where we have to try our best to educate people and get them to understand that ICE is not breaking the law. You may think they're overly aggressive. You may not even agree with what they're doing, but it doesn't mean they're destroying the...
When I hear people, because I have not watched this video came out probably an hour once we started, haven't watched it, was getting ready. When I know that I'm saying the same things that these bigger content creators are saying, I know we're on the right path. I know that our thoughts are aligned. When I see our chat talking, when I see our chat agreeing, I know we are aligned. This is the way the world works. This is wrong. People are insane. They've lost their minds. And we need to make sure that we just want one thing. We just want law and order. That's all. People were like, hey, get the criminals out of here. There's people who are staying. Hey, don't award bad behavior. If you broke the law, is anyone going to award you? Oh, there's illegals here who are working and we should penalize the companies. How does that make sense? Oh, we're going to penalize the companies for hiring illegal aliens? What's going to happen to the illegal alien then? Stop awarding bad behavior to people who break the law. It's simple. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. There are people who come into this country every day legally. There are people who apply for visas legally, and not for nothing, there's 7 million out of work Americans that can take those jobs. You've seen it. You've seen the homeless that are popping up all over our streets every day. Everywhere we drive, there's another one on the corner every day, someone new. Make them go pick vegetables. Tell them to go pick the vegetables that people are like, oh, who's going to pick the vegetables and clean your apartment? Fuck you. There's American citizens that can do it. H-1B visas, fuck that too. Why we need to bring in people who have H-1B visas and sponsorship? Fuck that. Fuck that. You want to know why? Fuck that. Trump raises the H-1B platform to $100,000 one-time payment. H-1Bs last for 3 years. One time, though, it should be every year. That money should go into a bucket, a funnel that does accelerated programming education so we can teach these American citizens, the 7 million that are unemployed, why don't we charge that money every year to the companies that are taking H-1B visa holders, put that into an accelerated program to train hardworking Americans who can benefit from those jobs and put them back to work. Why is that a hard thing? Stop incentivizing, stop telling people, stop allowing it to happen. Also, why are almost every H-1B visa holder, 70% of H-1B visa holders are what? They're Indian. Literally, when you look at H-1B visas, it says that we need to bring in from the best of the best. The universities, we need to bring in the right people. Do you know that India doesn't even have a college, university, education system that's even in the top 100? They don't even score to about 117 to 120 on education for their universities. Do you know that America and the UK are in the top 10 multiple times? There's plenty of other countries that we can bring in people from. Why is it got to be Indians? And people are like, you sound racist. That's not racism. That's not me being racist. That's me asking a question. If this is what that program was for, then why? And also, because it helps our economy, then why do India makes almost, I think, 20% of their GDP is from Indians on H-1B visas who send money back to India? How's that helping our economy? How does that help anyone? How does that help our system? 20% of your GDP comes from H-1B holders in the United States who send money not into our economy, not spending shit here. They send it back to India. That's 20% of their GDP. $100,000 for one time. And obviously it's about a $10,000 fee depending on the size of the organization and how many H-1B visa holders you have in your corporation. Why aren't we take that money, that $100,000, we make it the 3 years that a visa is a thing, $300,000 over 3 years. There's 700,000 H-1B visa holders. Also, it's only for new H-1B visa holders. It doesn't retroact back to the 700,000 H-1B visa holders currently in the United States. We don't retroact back to the people who are here currently on H-1B. We don't charge that money to them. Why don't we do that? Why don't we charge back the last 3 years, $100,000 per H-1B? That's, a couple $1 billion. Put that into a funnel, train American citizens on an accelerated program with the money that you got from H-1B revenue, and get some Americans some jobs. If it's so important, if this job is so important that we have to import these people from India, why don't we understand what they're doing, how they can do it, train Americans to do it, and get them into the jobs? If that happens, we have a less unemployment rate. We have people who are keeping the money here, spending the money here, buying property here, starting families here, can do all that here. And then know what will happen then. After that, we create more jobs, do more things. Then we can talk about these illegals that want to come into our country. Because it's America first. We need to be America first. America first. Is that hard? You're an American. Is it hard? Is it hard to think that way? I don't think so. I think anybody who thinks it's hard to think that way is a traitor to our country. It's America first. Fuck everyone else. Until we get our shit right, it should only be America first.
Country, and it does not mean they're breaking the law. Now, of course, that's for people who think for themselves that would absolutely agree with me. People who don't, who eat up the propaganda, they will disagree with me 110%. All right, so now we go to our next story, and this is great news, especially when you're talking about a president who continues to keep his promises. We have some updates regarding the gas prices in America, which, again, you guys can confirm it for yourself. In the
gas prices are down $2.50 a gallon right near my house. It's awesome. I know, I was just really on a rant. I've been on a rant for the last hour. We're almost done for the night. But yeah, it's pretty sick. $2.50 a gallon? Fucking back, baby.
Comment section, has gas fallen for you in your cities? Please let me know. Let's take a look at this clip now.
The president said the U.S. was going to drill, baby, drill, and that is kind of what's happened. setting an all-time record in July for the amount of oil pumped out of the ground here in the U.S., and that, in part, is starting to have an impact on gasoline prices. A little higher than the national average at the station behind me here in Philadelphia. We're down to $3.07 for the average gallon of regular nationally. That's about a nickel cheaper than it was a week ago, a dime cheaper than a month ago, and it's not nickels and dimes when you fill up your tank. 33 states now have an average gas price below $3. Oklahoma
Where's
leads the
Connecticut?
way on the low end, $2.57. No surprise, California
$2.50 a gallon, baby.
Well, when it comes to California, we know why.
$2.50 a gallon at Noble, baby. I seen it. I filled up so quick. You know how much it cost me to fill up my car? $25. I was like, it's fucking awesome, dude. I fucking loved it.
The gas is still high because there's a gas tax, there's a mileage tax.
Yours is even
going
better.
to be implemented here shortly.
Fuck
And
you,
overall,
dog. How much is
California,
yours?
The cost of everything continues to increase no matter what the federal government is doing. So that's why I'm so happy we left. But I digress. The fact that half the country has seen gas prices drop, I think is a huge win for the president and continues to prove that he has taken action to improve the economy. But again, I love to hear from the people themselves. So again, put it in the comment section if you've seen gas prices drop in your area. They also have a clip of people who are speaking out about this. Take a listen.
What?
As gas prices fall below
Corporal, where do you
$3
live?
here in Norwood.
Yeah, 287. That's great.
Drivers like Raquel Jackson say it's already helping their holiday shopping.
Anything helps right now. A little bit helps. Goes a long way.
These 287 prices, though, look high compared to some areas, like 261 at this station in Bethel.
You know, we drive around a lot, so it's nice to be able to pay less when we do fill up.
Becky Cook is also counting her savings.
You think it's going to help people for the holiday season
Yes.
shopping?
Yes, absolutely. I already know it's going to help us.
With Black Friday shopping just a month away, a report from the investment firm Raymond James says this should provide a boost to consumer spending.
Bro, who be shopping on Black Friday? For real. Who actually is just like, can't wait for Black Friday. I'm going to go out there and shop. I have not shopped on Black Friday, and I fucking couldn't tell you how long. I wouldn't even try. Dude, thank you. I'm saying, who goes out on Black Friday, dude? It's Cyber Monday for me. It's Cyber Monday. I'm a shop at home kind of guy. I'm like a get off. You know what I had to do today? I was so fucking annoyed. Last night, dude, it's so funny. I lost my AirPods. I was in a wreck. I lost my AirPods. I looked everywhere. I ripped my house apart. I had my kids helping me rip my house apart to find my effing AirPods. It was insanity. Can't find them anywhere. Looked on my Find My Phone app. Couldn't find them. The AirPods were dead, so they're not popping up, not making a sound or whatever. So then I go on Best Buy, and I'm like, $250 for a new pair. Look for the ones I have, the last generation, out of stock everywhere. Fuck. Save my $50, you know? I look again. So then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go. I have to go. Because now I can't order them online either. I don't know what the problem with the app was. So I had to go in the store. Oh, my God. It pissed me off to go into that store and try to get AirPods. It was pissing me off. But you know what? So I end up getting the new Pro 3s. Really blows. I mean, they're really nice, but I bought the new Pro 3 AirPods. For then to come home right before the stream starts for my daughter to come in and be like, Dad, look what I found. And I'm over here like, I already bought these ones. What are you gonna do? So I spent $250 today for no reason, and I'm not sending them back. I don't care because I don't want to go back into stores. That's how much I hate shopping. I had to go in there. Took forever to get them. It drove me crazy. It was pissing me off. And now I have 2 pairs of AirPods. I don't know.
DeHaan of Gas Buddy agrees.
Gasoline price is certainly one of the key economic barometers that many Americans use. If prices are high, they feel oppressed. If they decline or if they're low, people's sentiment on how they feel about the economy drastically improves.
Yeah, so on a political point of view, this is a win for the president and a win for the Republican Party headed into the midterms. As long as gas prices continue to steadily decline, people will notice the difference. Now, just on a personal note, something about me, in case you don't know this, we have an electric vehicle and we have a gas vehicle, okay? We have a Tesla and a Jeep. And I'm a firm believer that everybody should have an electric vehicle. Why? Because if you're driving from your house to your work, which is 5 miles away, or to the grocery store that is 5 miles away, or to the school that is 5 miles away to pick up your kids, you will save so much more money by having an electric vehicle. The maintenance costs, there's no comparison.
I'm buying a Tesla.
Gas. You drive
I really
there,
am.
You drive home, you hook it up to the charger in your garage.
You guys get me to, I don't know, 30,000 subs on YouTube. I'm buying a Tesla. It'll be our Tesla.
You just plug it into the wall and you're good. It's like,
and I'm taking my friend to the beach.
Like charging your phone. A lot of people hear that and I'm like, yeah, well, I don't know, Devoris. I'm telling you, once you try it for yourself and you see, if you're just traveling within town, you save so much money by having an electric vehicle. Okay, so having said all that, why don't I hear from you guys in the comment section below to these stories today?
In the
what
Tesla.
Did you make of Zelensky and his answer about
Yes.
what most Americans are thinking, which is, why should we continue to fund this? What is really going on? Are you willing to make concessions? What did you make of his answer? What did you make of the question? Also, the president dropping an F-bomb. How'd you feel about that?
Made me feel
and then
American.
What do you think about J.B. Pritzker? He's continuing to threaten ICE officers with prosecution.
Fuck that ham.
But we shot back by showing you what's truly happening in our country, where people are threatening to kill ICE officers. Just give me all of your thoughts and everything you got in the comment section below. Now, speaking about what is a...
Bro, this video was 23 minutes long. I raved and ranted for over an hour. There's the video. Go support Devory. Great guy. Love everything about him. He always has. He uploads multiple times a day. He always talks about current events. He's great. Definitely recommend his channel. He's pretty good and thought out with what he says. Guys, that's going to be it for me tonight. I have a big day tomorrow. I have a couple videos. I have to chop this up somehow and make a video out of it. I did swear a lot, so I don't know how we're going to do that. But we will have some... I will be going maybe live on Kick tomorrow, depending on what the service situation looks like where I'm at. But guys, I appreciate every single one of you. Have a great night. Be safe. I love you. Peace. Also, make sure you follow and subscribe on YouTube. Thank you. Follow me here and subscribe on YouTube. I don't really care about your money. You don't have to give me a cent. Go subscribe on YouTube and follow me here. Peace, guys. Love you.